Hello artist. Today I'm going to show you how you can start a newspaper dog similar to this one. So what you're going to get today so we're not actually going to use newspaper though. Today anyway are going to use pages from a book. And these pages I have stained with paint so they're even cooler. So you are going to need, let me put this away first. You are going to need 3 papers from a book. Now you might not get the ones that you love the best, and that's okay. Sometimes you just get what you get because they're all beautiful. We're also going to get a background paper. And the first thing we do is always the same. We write down our name. So write your name on the back, flip it over, and get ready. Okay. You're also going to need today pencils. I'm going to use this big Sharpie because I want you to see it from the video, but you're going to use a pencil, scissors, and glue sticks. Okay, friends. So I need to pick one of my papers and I'm going to turn it into the belly. If the one is bigger, I should probably pick the one that's bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose this one. All right, and I might even want to keep the scraps of this because it's so neat. So to make the belly, if you mess up on the first side, you can flip it over and try again. So I want to make a very big, as big as the paper lets me, U shape for the belly. A big U shape. So go ahead and try drawing it with your finger. All right. Once you think you've got it with your finger, then you're going to draw it with your pencil. Again, really big. All right. Well, if you like it, look at it before you do anything else, because the next step is going to be to cut it out. Maybe I'll be like, ooh, I wish I did on the other side. Try to keep my area really clean. And this again is going to be the dog's belly, or cat. You can make a cat too. And I'm going to glue it down so it touches the bottom. It's not floating because that wouldn't make sense. We don't have any legs on this picture. We're just doing the top part of the body. So I'm going to glue it so it's down here. Should I put glue on the yellow paper or should I put glue on this book paper? I hope you said the book paper because it's smaller. Always put it on the smaller side, the smaller paper, and decide which side you want to show and which side you want to put the glue on. Trace the edges. Put a big X. Flip it over. Have it go to the bottom of your paper, and then go ahead and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. The next step, when you finish the belly, is to make the head. So decide which paper you want to be the head shape. And what shape do you think is really good for a head? I hope you said circle. So actually, I'm going to give you something to trace for the heads because heads are really hard. So I'm going to actually use this CD. Use a pencil. Trace your head shape. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. Cutting circles can be tricky, so just take your time. Keep your area tidy. All right, and I'm gonna glue it so that it goes not up at the very, very, very top. I wanna glue it so it goes over the body just a little bit, just like that. So let me get my glue ready. Ooh, I kinda like this. Okay. Trace the edges. And I'll put a baby X. Okay, so there's one more thing that we're going to do with our third piece of paper, and that's to add the ears. So what I'm going to do with my piece of paper is to fold it in half the best you can. And what I'm going to do is, for the ears, I'm going to draw a loop. If you would like it to be a cat, you would draw a triangle. So for example, here is a pair of dog ears. And here is a cat. You see how it goes to the very edge? That's good. Now when I cut these, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the dog. I'm gonna cut it and I'm gonna leave it folded. This is one of my favorite tricks in art, because after I finish cutting, instead of one ear, I have now just made 2 ears. So I'll put my scraps aside. Before I glue anything, I'm gonna put them to see if I like them. Those look a little big. I'm gonna make them a little smaller by just putting them back together, cutting super fast. You don't have to do any of this. Boop. Test it. Oh my gosh, that just looks so good. I'll go ahead and put glue on one at a time on the ears, because the ears are smaller than the paper I'm gluing it to. And what I'm gonna do is, instead of sticking it on top, I'm getting tricky. I'm gonna see if I could slide it underneath the circle a little bit of the head. You might not be able to, but if you can, it's just an extra special trick. Okay. Now, I did not add a face, and I'm going to do that in the next art class. So just have it just like this, and if you finish, then I might give you something else to work on, like the spots, but I'm not going to add any of the details today. That's going to happen tomorrow. All right, guys, see you later.